tonight. An orgy the whole family can enjoy. It's a cuddle party. Plus, because you asked for it, tonight's Girl Gone Wired is only 13 years old. Well, she used to be 5 years ago, actually. That's her today. Woo! And if your body and soul are out of alignment, it might be time to get a nuclear receptor. Hey, everyone. I'm Laura Swisher. You're watching Unscrewed. And here he is, Hollywood's newest male hustler, Martin Sargent.
Yeah! Right on! Thanks everyone for being here! It's wonderful to have you in my studio in beautiful Los Angeles. Laura, great to have you here. Made the trip with me. Yes, Laura, thank you for that introduction. And that's right. If by hustler you're referring to the fact that when I'm short of cash, I take my ass to the boulevard and sell it to the first man jack who wants to screw me. That didn't come out right. That was a Freudian slip.
Martin, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
I'm a hustler, hard worker, determined. Yeah, whatever, let's just move on.
Martin, the point is, your hustling is what got us this brand new set.
This beautiful set. Can you believe
awesome.
that the suits here at G4 TechTV wasted all this money on us? Can you believe it? I mean, seriously, I guess it's true what they say. Hollywood producers really are always flying on the cocaine. I mean, that's the only explanation I can muster for why they would dump all this money on this television program,
Yeah, I know.
You've seen the show. Anyway, it's wonderful to have you here. Let's just get into it. Hello there and welcome to Unscrewed, the show that's like a giant meteor burning across the cold night sky of internet culture. And brother, when it hits, something is going to get way up, man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm television's Martin Sargent, broadcasting from the beautiful Martin Sargent Theater in Los Angeles. That's right, I said Los Angeles. Now, you're probably wondering, hey, what the F? How did Martin and the gang end up in the Stardust Rodeo? Well, it's a thrilling tale. Would you like to hear it? Yeah. Wonderful. See, ever since me and the Swish and the gang dove headlong into the bare-knuckle world of third-tier extended digital plus platinum cable, we hoped that one day we'd get the call. The call from some Hollywood fat cat telling us he wanted to turn us all into superstars. And finally, a few days ago, that call came from reclusive and rarely photographed television titan Steven Cronenberg. And by the time we hung up with King Cronenberg, well, we just couldn't pack our car fast enough.
Joey, hurry up. We gotta pack the car with our Los Angeles stuff.
Martin, you're not seriously packing all this crap, are you?
I need it.
Whoa, hey, who's this?
It's the club kid we found. He wants to check out Los Angeles.
See you in LA.
Laura! Joey, be careful! That's important.
I don't know. I don't know why the Swish got so bent out of shape. I mean, I'm just supposing here. Maybe it was all the crystal meth she's been snorting. To get in shape for Hollywood. She's really been packing her beak with the stuff, just between you and me. But, anyway, she ended up... What? Crystal meth is bad. I'm trying to make that point. Anyway, she ended up flying down. And really, that's too bad because it was one hell of a road trip, man.
On the way down, we had a picnic. It was hella fun. We had great food, and for dessert, we ate Easter Peeps. My favorite.
Yeah, I mean, we had so much fun. The club kid got all tired and stiff.
Sorry, club kid, but we gotta go. Hope you make it to Glitter Town. Here's a blanket in case you get cold. Come on, Joey.
I'm telling you, brother, we sure did have a bang-up time. Really, my only complaint about the trip, it just went too gosh darn fast. I mean, we barely had time to take all the powerful street drugs we lifted off the dead club kid's body. But that's okay, because we had made it. Made it to the big glitter bowl.
When we got to LA, we met up with Laura at the Swanky W Hotel, where all the king and queen LA high rollers hang out, soaking up the sparkle. I fit right in.
Laura, I was waiting. I ran a special cabana, and I got my jazz pants on.
Yeah, it's nice. I just saw Vin Diesel over at the bar.
Vin Diesel?
Yeah, well, you know, it turns out it wasn't really Vin Diesel. It was some other incompletely evolved bald guy. And he insulted my jazz pants right there in front of all my new Hollywood friends. But you know what? Me and my new celebrity lawyer, Greta Van Susteren, are going to sue the pants off him. And then I'm going to peel the pants off Greta, and we're going to go ahead and like that. Hey, you know what? Enough about all that. Enough of that, because the real story is this. Unscrewed in LA, baby. We've made it to the Stardust Rodeo. And now, my life is a thing of wonder and glamour. Los Angeles.
Couple of things. First off, I'll just start with the pixelated area.
Oh, yeah. The cameraman, when I was
there?
sitting in my pool in my backyard there, he neglected to tell me that my boys were hanging out.
They really hanging out that far down your leg? Is that?
The Lord works in mysterious ways, Lord Swisher. What can I say? But anyway.
I'm just saying, it probably hurts to carry,
love
boys
hurts.
those
Love hurts
yeah.
sometimes, you gotta say. But let's just move on. How about this set? Isn't the set just a thing of wonder? I mean, check it out. Look, over there where I was sitting before, we got the Sarge bar over there. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Like, I don't have enough of a liquor problem. They gotta put a bar in my workplace.
Where's
Seriously.
my crystal meth bar? Huh? Come on.
I know what you're saying, man. Like, back there, we got a water wall. Check that out. It's like we're on a food court or something like that. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. That water just keeps dripping down. Here's the problem. Having a water wall on your set makes me have to pee every 5 minutes. That's why I keep this mayonnaise jar under my desk. Joey, it's almost full. Need you to empty it. Anyway, we're running out of time. We're going to give you the rest of the tour another night. I don't want to waste any more time, because tonight's televised entertainments represent a level of achievement never before seen in the history of broadcasting. Tell you what we got. We got a guy on the show who is so smart. Seriously, when he was 9 years old, he helped develop the H-bomb. And now he heals with a little help from space aliens. Dr. Fred Bell on the program tonight. Unscrewed Army, sometimes when I talk too much about exploding, what I need to do, get me a quick cuddle. Makes me feel safe, warm, and wet. Well, glory be to God, because I'm about to get all the cuddling one man can take. Please welcome my newest friend, Reed Mihalko, the founder of CuddleParty.com. Reed, fantastic to have you on the program. Take your seat there. Cuddle parties, man. I've been reading about this all over the place. It's in all the press. But for people who are ignorant, what is a cuddle party?
Well, Cuddle Party is a gathering for adults to get together. It's an event where people can get together and explore intimacy and touch.
They used to call that an orgy.
They used to call it an orgy, but now we've newfanglized it. And it's all about it being non-sexual.
Non-sexual. So let me get this straight. A bunch of adults, willing adults, come together. They put on pajamas.
Yep.
They get in one room, roll around together, and it's somehow non-sexual.
It's somehow non-sexual.
How is it? How do you keep it from? How do I keep from sporting wood in a situation like that?
Well, we talk about sporting wood in what we call the welcome circle. Basically, a bunch of people show up at different people's apartments or at yoga studio spaces, things like that, and we all change into our pajamas. Okay, we've got blankets and pillows and shag carpet if you can find it. And basically, everybody sits down. We have a welcome circle, which is where we introduce ourselves, and I, who being the cuddle lifeguard on duty, I go over the rules of cuddling. And if people go to our website, which is cuddleparty.com, you can actually see all the rules we had to come up with to make it safe for adults to be touchy-feely and not have it turn into sex.
It's always a circle with these sex parties, isn't it? We got an organized cuddle party in our green room right now. Why don't we take a look? There's your co-founder, Marcia. She's acting as the cuddle caddy, right?
Yep.
Making sure that everything's going.
Oh, who's that? Who's that?
Joey!
Oh, my God. That's
Joey, get out of there! Oh, God! That's a breach of the rules,
That
right?
is an amazing example of what not to wear to a cuddle party.
Wow.
So you got about 15 rules. No sex.
Yeah, no sex.
Rule number 7.
Rule number 7 is no dry humping.
No dry humping.
No
either.
dry humping.
Now here's the one that confuses me. I think it's rule number 14 is you have to clean up after yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that only occurs when either rule number 2 or rule number 7 are broken.
Yeah.
Is that
Well,
right?
we have to reword that because that really means like pick up your juice cups and things like that. Don't leave a mess.
Gotcha. Real briefly, we got to run.
so
but what would you do to cuddle
This is me
culture?
trying to be cuddly.
It's all about asking permission. So may I cuddle you?
Yes.
Okay. When you get a verbal yes, then basically like we knew how to do this as kids.
Oh.
You know, and if you know, you can just kind of like spoon up.
Nice. It's so soft.
Mark, would you like to join us?
That's enough of this. Enough cuddle party on this side. That's enough. We got to run, but Laura, now you've had a little bit of coaching. You're going to go join the cuddle party.
I'm going to join them later on,
You're going
yeah.
to put on your flannels. We're going to do that, all right? Reed,
Yes.
thanks so much for being here. We'll talk to you a little bit later. Go forth and cuddle. Continued success. And you people at home, you can find a cuddle party near you at cuddleparty.com. All right, TV friends, cuddling is not the only way to develop a higher consciousness. You can also use this device, the Pyridome. Just ahead, we'll meet its inventor. Stick around.
Tune it up, turn it loose.
Beyond imagination. A future beyond belief. A movie unlike anything you've seen before. This Friday, experience the next evolution of motion pictures. Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow. Rated PG. Starts Friday only in theaters.
Back off! Incoming! Duck! Yeah! Woo! Jump! Jump, jump! Ooh! Ah!
Yes!
Take your game to the streets with the only multiplayer game phone, the new Nokia N-Gage QD from Singular. Insane graphics and the latest titles. Get yours at Singular Wireless, rated T for teens.
With surround sound, this HD TV would be perfect for your party.
Yeah. Hey, you should come.
4th and 23. Williams rolls out, throws up a prayer. No! Touchdown!
Oh, yeah! Yeah! That guy's on my fantasy football team.
You know, you should think about TiVo. You can record the game and celebrate later.
Thousands of possibilities. Get yours.
Hey, thanks so very much. Welcome back to Unscrewed. My next friend is an esteemed scientist who has authored numerous books, including Rays of Truth, Crystals of Light. He's also an alien abductee, has a doctorate in homeopathic medicine, and is a prolific inventor of astounding devices like this one. Please welcome Dr. Fred Bell. Dr. Bell, great pleasure to have you on the program. I got to tell you, man, I don't even know where to start the conversation with you. You've basically done it all. I mean, we can go all the way back to age 9 when you were working on the Philadelphia experiment, which was the predecessor to stealth technology in planes.
Yeah, exactly.
How does a 9-year-old get involved in that kind of a scientific project and things such as developing the H-bomb?
I think it was part of my containment policy that my parents had me on. You know, I was kind of born into the University of Michigan.
You're actually related to Alexander Graham Bell, right?
Yes, exactly. And so our insanity runs in our family. My dad brought the London Bridge over, which was kind of interesting. And so I just
that's
sort of,
down in Lake.
Yeah, Havasu.
Yeah, where all the kids go for spring break now.
Exactly.
And get drunk.
Yeah, that's what my dad had in mind when he brought it over.
Your dad is responsible
He was a
for
swinger, baby.
Spring break,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so after you did that, you worked for NASA.
Yeah.
You did all these science things. You worked for the defense, but then you began studying with the Himalayan masters, right?
Right.
That's kind of when things started getting interesting.
Yeah.
When you contacted an alien group.
Right, exactly. When you change your consciousness and you change your vibratory frequencies, which I learned to do, you know, because I wasn't really tuned into NASA anymore. The rocket scientist thing was getting old.
Yeah.
So I had to make a complete makeover, you know.
So who was this alien group that you made contact with, and why did they contact you?
Well, the Pleiadians. I was one of several people that were contacted. There were people in the government that made contact, and there was a group from another place that also made contact called Greys before I did. So
Sure, the Greys are the ones that everyone's seen with the large head, the big oval eyes, the slit mouths.
Right, the Spielberg gang, you know, I call them, you know. But yeah, so ours was they were more of a humanoid group. And they were around on a lot of experiments, and they were just kind of in the background, and somehow or other they came forward to me, you know, to teach me stuff. Because I was pretty hooked up to a lot of universities and doing a lot of studies at the time. I wasn't just sitting around.
So it was through their instruction that you developed these amazing devices, the Pyridome, and also this, the nuclear receptor. I mean, this This is amazing here. The Pyridome, he puts this on, it helps with headaches, high blood pressure. It's basically like crap aspirin compared to this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing is really amazing. How does this work, this nuclear receptor?
Well, it works on a principle they use in acupuncture, where you balance the yin and yang forces in your body, or you see a martial artist break a brick with his hand. So what it does, it amplifies that force in your body.
It's really bling bling.
Yeah,
too.
it is.
Seriously, man.
We make a solid platinum one for the
really?
for the hip hoppers. Oh, the hip hoppers all have the platinum version. Oh yeah, they got to have those. We make them in anything.
We're going to do a little test now with Laura and Dr. Fred Bell to see if the nuclear receptor works. Let's go.
It's called kinesiology. It was developed by Dr. John Thie. First, I'm going to test Laura's energy strength without anything, no glue, anything. We'll test her strength. Now, when I'm going to push her arm down. She's going to resist.
I'm going to try and keep it up. Okay.
Keep your arm up. Resist. Okay, there's her strength. Now, she's off.
Gee, Fred Bell, you're dripping super glue onto my new shag carpeting.
That's all right. All right, now she's going to breathe glue.
What is this?
I'm sorry.
Oh, this girl is pretty ambitious. Okay,
what kind of
resist.
medical school did you go to, Dr. Fred Bell?
I shouldn't squeeze it in my nose, though, right?
Now, yeah, resist. Okay, there's no strength. Okay, she can't handle her glue.
There you have it.
Now we're going to make a glue girl out of her. You get that on the here.
This is good.
There we are.
I don't understand. What's with this glue snippet thing? I'm still kind of...
It represents a toxic environment.
It sure does.
Yeah. Okay, now breathe the glue.
Okay.
Resist. Now resist. Resist.
I'm resisting.
That's the test. A little stronger.
Scientific proof that the nuclear receptor works. You know, this is such an amazing thing. I wish we could get into the whole thing of the process, how this works. It's really, really involved. I mean, this whole book is... Yeah. But if every American wore one of these things, how would our nation be better?
We wouldn't have terrorism anymore. It would eliminate it. Terrorists go home. They couldn't handle this energy. We'd be so psychic and so tuned in, we'd know their plot long before they played their game.
How about cancer? Would that be cured too?
Yeah.
All right, there you go, Dr. Fred Bell. Thank you so much. Stick around, though, because I suspect that some of you out there don't believe that these things work, and that's nuts. So here's what we're going to do. After the break, we're going to prove you wrong. Ken Norton, former heavyweight boxing champion of the world, is going to join us to explain how the nuclear receptor cured his paralysis after a terrible car crash. The Champ coming up next.
What if every choice you made changed the way you look and how people see you? Would you shun evil and lead a life of virtue? Become a righteous hero? Decide your destiny. Fable, for every choice, a consequence. Rated M for mature.
That's right. Welcome back to Unscrewed. All right, before the break, Dr. Fred Bell was explaining the merits of his invention, the nuclear receptor. Now, we've brought on a man who says he wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the device's healing benefits. Please give it up for one of the greatest boxers of all time, former heavyweight champion of the world, Ken Norton. How you doing, Ken? Great to have you on the program. A real honor. So, Big Ken Norton, you have had a storied career. You turned pro in 1967. 1973, you broke Muhammad Ali's jaw, right? Became the heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah? What, are you upset about that? That's not a good... I understand that because of the reason why that happened is because you believe in the power of the pyramids, and you used to sleep underneath a pyramid in order to train. Is that right?
True.
What kind of benefit did that give you? And what kind of pyramid was
it's
this?
All mental. It's all mental. If you believe it, it works. If you don't believe it, it doesn't work.
So you could say that about this too. This could just be any kind of necklace. As long as you believe in it, it's going to work. Or do you actually think it's
But you can't say in front of him.
You swear by this thing, the nuclear receptor, right?
Someone told you that I swore by it?
Yeah, someone told me that this... I'm picking a fight with the former heavyweight champion of the world. I don't want to do that. No, seriously, didn't you start wearing this thing like a really long time ago and you never take the thing off?
This man told you that, right?
Yes, I believe it was Dr. Fred Bell. Wow, look at yours. Yours is a lot more bling than mine. I mean, mine is just crappy gold-plated. That's solid gold and platinum, right? How has it helped you in all the years that you've been wearing it?
I believe in it. For me, I had a car accident in 1986. I was paralyzed for 2 years. Couldn't walk, couldn't talk. I was all messed up. Anyway, but I believed in this. And I had done it during my career, and it worked when I used it.
There you go. You broke Muhammad Ali's jaw. Only 5 people did that.
We chill. You want me to get serious, then you start. You were any young. Calm down.
I don't know what I said. But it sure is a great pleasure having you on the set. You guys want us, Big Ken?
Are you telling me I'm through talking now? I haven't answered the question.
All right, real quick, go ahead and answer the question.
I don't want to answer now.
All right, there you have it. All right, gentlemen. It is now that time in the broadcast when we take a moment to gaze upon images of a she-mink we downloaded from the web. Are you ready for this? It's a blissful romp we call Girls Gone Wired. Tonight's moonflower is Sandy Jordan. Sandy enjoys posing seductively in swim attire. Well, all that's well and good, but it won't help us to eliminate the ravens. As you know, Dr. Bell, and you, Big Ken, for years, fire-breathing raven birds have menaced our skies, sowing chaos in their wake. How long must we lie idle and allow our children to be carried off, our crops ruined, our homes destroyed by the fiendish and malevolent sky pests known as ravens? If elected president, I will kill the ravens, and I will weave a giant cloak from their skins and talons, and when I wear it, all who gaze upon me will know my power. Hey, for more pics of Sandy, close the blinds and head to sandyjordan.com. All right, so, pretty hot girl, huh?
Quite
hot. Hey, it was such a pleasure to have you here on the program. Ken Norton, thanks so much for being here. Dr. Bell, great to have you here. Please come back and see us again sometime. We barely scratched the surface of both of your accomplishments. All right, coming up, I'm going to break the arm bone of our PA Keith, and then, Dr. Bell, could you heal that arm bone? All right, good. Yeah, that's great. All right, we'll be right back. We're going to check in with the cuddle buddies,
too. Romantic.
Want to warm things up?
Trojan Man.
Trojan Man?
Looks like you two were about to bump the buoy. Well, here's the new Trojan Warm Sensations condom.
Warm?
Yes.
Cool.
A moisture-activated lubricant creates a warming sensation both can share.
I'm on board.
Warm sensations only from Trojan, America's most trusted condom.
Tropical, dude.
The pleasure you want, the protection you trust. My job is done here.
Surf's up.
For the first time on DVD, THX 1138.
What's wrong?
George Lucas's visionary first film. THX 1138. Buy it Tuesday on DVD.
Welcome back, everyone. All right, let's go ahead and check in with Laura and the Cuddlers. Laura, what's going on up in there?
Awesome, look at this.
Hey, that looks like a
Marty,
dry
you gotta
hump
come
to
out
me
here.
right
You
there.
gotta join us.
All right, I'm going to come in there. I'm coming in right in a minute, all right? That's going to have to do it for tonight. Thanks to our friends, Dr. Fred Bell, Big Ken Norton, Reed Mahelko, Marsha Brzezinski, and the Cuddlers, Grill Gun Wired, Sandy Jordan, and of course, the Swish. Great to be here in Glittertown. We'll see you at the bar.